that see you. Immerse yourself
Hello,
in
hello,
documentaries and
welcome.
independent films that are
Thanks for
Broadway
watching.
cinemas,
Thanks
all
for
while enjoying the best
watching.
popcorn and treats. We are a donor-supported
Only reason I
nonprofit art
mute
house
it is because
dedicated
I'm
to
listening
promoting
to
and celebrating
music
cinema's
and
rich
I don't want to be
diversity. Follow us on
copyright.
social media for updates, or visit
Enjoy the
slf.stix.org for
drive.
tickets and showtimes.
staying with the traffic.
Light Fraser fur with over 1,900 pre-lit memory wire branches that keep their shape so it's ready right out of the box. Find the perfect tree now at the Home Depot and enjoy delivery on most holiday decor. Subject to availability. See homedepot.com/delivery for details. Abercrombie's best sale of the year is on. This year, their Black Friday sale is 25% off everything. Plus, use code BLACKFRIDAY ANF for an extra 15% off. For me, Black Friday comes with two goals: updating my closet and getting my holiday shopping done. When it comes to gifts for the fam, it's gotta be the viral pieces I see on TikTok. NFL by Abercrombie. Gifts for the fam, it's gotta be the viral pieces I see on TikTok. NFL by Abercrombie and the Essential Popover hoodie. I'll be getting myself a new winter coat. Use code BLACKFRIDAYANF for an extra 15% off your haul. Shop Abercrombie's Black Friday sale in the app, online, or in store.
Celebrate Thanksgiving with unbeatable savings at Macy's. Right now, get your frozen turkey for only 69 cents per pound when you spend $50 or more. Stock up on all your holiday essentials, from fresh produce and pantry staples to your favorite sides and desserts. Whether you're hosting a big family gathering or an intimate feast, Macy's has everything you need to make Thanksgiving memorable. Stop by today and enjoy incredible savings on the perfect holiday meal. Only at Macy's. Macy's, happy shopping!
And you're here. Thanks for choosing the iHeartRadio and Coast to Coast AM Paranormal Podcast Network. Your quest for podcasts of the paranormal, supernatural, and the unexplained ends here. We invite you to enjoy all our shows we have on this network. And right now, let's start with Strange Things with Joshua P. Warren.
Welcome to our podcast. Please be aware the thoughts and opinions expressed by the host are their thoughts and opinions only and do not reflect those of iHeartMedia, iHeartRadio, Coast to Coast AM, employees of Premier Networks, or their sponsors and associates. We would like to encourage you to do your own research and discover the subject matter for yourself.
By the Wizard of Weird. This is Strange Things with Joshua P. Warren.
I am Joshua P. Warren, and each week on this show, I'll be bringing you brand new, mind-blowing content, news, exercises, and weird experiments you can do at home, and a lot more. On this edition of the show, is this the secret to creating miracles? Well, first off, what is a miracle exactly? I mean, what is the textbook definition? Well, here we go. Here's what I found. Textbook says a miracle is an event that is inexplicable by natural or scientific laws and accordingly gets attributed to some supernatural cause. Okay? That seems fairly simple. Once again, a miracle, they say, is an event that is inexplicable by natural or scientific laws and accordingly gets attributed to some supernatural cause. So what do you think of when you think of a miracle? Do you think of that? But does a miracle have to be that? Or can it simply be the achievement of something that seems impossible to you? And let me repeat that. Can a miracle simply be the achievement of something that seems impossible to you? For example, let's say you've smoked 3 packs of cigarettes per day for 20 years, and you cannot imagine not doing that. Or you're 100 pounds overweight, and you've tried everything, and you just cannot imagine being slimmer. Or you're $1 million in debt, and you cannot imagine digging out of that. Or you live in a terrible place, and you cannot imagine how that you could live in some dream location. If you could achieve those things, would you also consider them to be Miracles? I think so. That's sort of how I define a miracle. A miracle doesn't just have to be something that breaks the laws of physics, because the laws of physics actually change. Just ask a quantum physicist. If you ask Isaac Newton what physics is, I bet he'd give you a different explanation than, say, Albert Einstein. So we can't just rule everything against this supposedly inflexible, unchangeable standard called scientific laws. I mean, it certainly can be that, but I think it's more personal than that. In terms of your experience here on Earth, it also has something to do with just making something happen for yourself or others that seemed impossible at one time. So, here's why, as a general rule, I don't talk about health on this show. For one thing, when you listen to those kinds of shows where they're giving you like health information, it's usually kind of boring, I think. And sometimes you get false information. But regardless, it's just depressing, because you listen to people talk about health and then you start thinking about your problems. What kind of entertainment is that? And I also think it's just horrible to give people, false health hope, considering that we all have a limited lifespan and we all have to get sick and die eventually. As the American prophet Bruce Hornsby said, that's just the way it is. And you know what? I am not a very healthy person. And it's because, look, being healthy just bores me. I don't like to exercise. And living here in Las Vegas, I like to go out and, enjoy some good comfort food and some good wine and cocktails at the casino. And so, trust me, I am no one to lecture you on health. In fact, I'm even worse off than many people, because I have rheumatoid arthritis, and that's an autoimmune disease. And they say that's just genetics. Like, oh, sorry, you hit the lotto on that one. And basically, it makes you tired a lot, and it makes you more susceptible to pick up colds and flu. And so, I have that to deal with as well. So, what advice could I possibly give you on something like miraculous health? Well, what I'm about to tell you applies to a lot more. But health actually is a good place to start, because you so often hear this word miraculous associated with health. You see, all these doctors say, when you listen to them in whatever media, they say they have a miracle pill or a powder or a juice, right? And then they say, oh, and also be sure to eat right and exercise, and don't smoke and don't drink and don't sit around on your tuchus all day. But, I like doing that stuff. So now what? That's the question I have in my mind. They say, eat right and exercise and get enough rest, you idiot, and you'll be healthy as a horse. But I say, duh, I know, but I don't want to do all that. So do you have anything new to say? Well, think about this. Think about how it is here in Las Vegas when it comes to gambling on something like a roulette wheel. Even if you've never done it, you can imagine. There's this option on a roulette wheel where you can spin it and you can bet on red or black. And the odds of being right are almost 50-50. I say almost because there's usually at least one or two green spaces there as well. And that's what gives the casino its tiny little edge. And you know what? When you're in the gambling business, all you need is a tiny edge to win. All those tiny edges build up over time. That's how casinos make business, with a tiny house edge. So if they have a bunch of games And every game just gives them an edge of 5%, 10%, 15%. Well, then, yeah, you might win if you're the lucky person who walks in the door, but they're looking at how everybody's gambling, and they know that they are going to ultimately win because they have the mathematical little edge spread across all of these games. And so let's take that philosophy and bring it back, though, to how it applies to your approach to life. Let's say you're the person standing at the roulette wheel, and you know the odds are basically 50-50 black or red. So if you just had a little bit of an edge on your behalf, then over time, you're going to be more likely to win. A tiny little advantage, just a little bump, a little psychic flash, just a little oomph is all it's going to take to give you the same kind of an edge that maybe the casino has. So when you're using manifestation tools, like a wishing machine or wands or a miraculous prayer board or a bad buster and all these things, think about using them to give you an edge over time. Does your miracle have to happen instantly? Well, boy, we would love to have the miracle happen instantly, right? We all want instant gratification. But how do you boil a frog without it jumping out of the pot? We've all heard that adage, right? How do you boil a frog without it jumping out of the pot? You do it slowly. And that's a gruesome vision. But when you think about it, it makes sense. Because if you do it all at once, oh yeah, the frog's going to leap right out of the pot. But no, you do it slow. You ease into it. So what if you use your manifestation exercises to just make small changes to what you do or do not do on a daily basis? For example, instead of smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, can you leave just one in there? Just one? Instead of eating a whole bag of chips, can you just leave a few at the bottom of the bag? Instead of having 4 drinks a day, can you have just 3? If you're starting to drink early in the day, can you hold off and start drinking a little bit later? Okay, time for a break. I hear the music kicking in. When we come back, I'm going to talk more about how you can make the most of your manifestation devices in a realistic way, and how that you can perhaps start trying to not just go out and expect something amazing to happen overnight, but to make something amazing happen over time. And also, you hear about karma and how if you do good things, then only good things can come back to you. And then you see that, well, sometimes bad things happen to good people. Well, why is that? We're going to dig into that and a lot more on this show. I hope you'll stay with me. By the way, I have got something coming up soon that is probably going to surprise you. It's not what you're going to be expecting from me, and I'm going to announce it through my free e-newsletter. I'm probably not going to talk about it on this podcast. Go to joshuapwarren.com. Right there on the homepage, sign up for my free e-newsletter. It takes you 2 seconds. Put your email address in there, hit the submit button, and you will receive an automated email from me with some free online goodies. JoshuaPWarren.com. That's me. I'm Joshua P. Warren, and you're listening to Strange Things on the iHeartRadio and Coast to Coast AM Paranormal Podcast Network. And I will be right back.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Strange Things coming right up.
Celebrate Thanksgiving with unbeatable savings at Macy's. Right now, get your frozen turkey for only 69 cents per pound when you spend $50 or more. Stock up on all your holiday essentials, from fresh produce and pantry staples to your favorite sides and desserts. Whether you're hosting a big family gathering or an intimate feast, Macy's has everything you need to make Thanksgiving memorable. Stop by today and enjoy incredible savings on the perfect holiday meal. Only at Macy's. Macy's, happy shopping!
Attention parents and grandparents. Are you searching for the perfect gift for your kids this holiday season? Give the gift of adventure that will last all year long. A Guardian bike. The easiest, safest, and quickest bikes for kids to learn on. Kids are learning to ride in just one day. No training wheels needed. What sets Guardian bikes apart? Designed especially for stability, they're low to the ground with a wide wheelbase and ultra lightweight frames, offering superior control and balance. This design gives young riders the ability to learn in just one day, without tears or frustration. Guardian bikes are the only kids' bikes designed and assembled in a USA factory, ensuring top-notch quality and durability. They were also featured on Shark Tank and are the New York Times Wirecutter Top Kids Bike Pick for 2024. Join the hundreds of thousands of happy families by getting a Guardian bike today. Their holiday sales have begun, offering the biggest deal of the year. Save up to 33% on bikes, no code needed. Plus, get free shipping and a free bike lock and pump with your first purchase after signing up for their newsletter. Visit GuardianBikes.com to take advantage of these deals and secure your holiday gifts today. Happy riding!
The Coast to Coast AM mobile app is here and waiting for you right now. With the app, you can hear classic shows from the past 7 years, listen to the current live show, and get access to the Art Bell Vault where you can listen to uninterrupted audio. So head on over to the coasttocoastam.com website. We have a handy video guide to help you get the most out of your mobile app usage. All the info is waiting for you now at coasttocoastam.com. That's coasttocoastam.com.
Celebrate Thanksgiving with unbeatable savings at Macy's. Right now, get your frozen turkey for only 69 cents per pound when you spend $50 or more. Stock up on all your holiday essentials, from fresh produce and pantry staples to your favorite sides and desserts. Whether you're hosting a big family gathering or an intimate feast, Macy's has everything you need to make Thanksgiving memorable. Stop by today and enjoy incredible savings on the perfect holiday meal. Only at Macy's. Macy's, happy shopping!
And now back to the iHeartRadio and Coast to Coast AM Paranormal Podcast Network and Strange Things.
Welcome back to Strange Things on the iHeartRadio and Coast to Coast AM Paranormal Podcast Network. I am your host, the Wizard of Weird, Joshua P. Warren, beaming into your wormhole brain from my studio in Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, where every day is golden and every night is silver. Agitato Zume. This is the exercise edition of the show. Not. I'm sorry if I'm not inspiring you to get up and, become the next Olympian. But as I was saying, hey, let's think about how you actually get things done. How you could actually possibly achieve what you want to achieve. Something that would seem miraculous. How do you boil a frog without it jumping out of the pot? Slowly. Use your manifestation devices and techniques to make small changes to what you do on a daily basis. Like I said, can you leave just one cigarette in the pack instead of smoking the whole pack? Can you leave some chips at the bottom of the bag instead of eating the whole bag? Instead of 4 drinks a day, can you have 3? Many of the problems in your life are there because you do too much of something or you don't do enough of something. I mean, like, regardless of your genetics as a starting point, you're told, oh, you don't exercise enough, or you eat too much, or you don't eat vegetables, or you pay strippers too much. That's a joke, by the way. It's always you don't do enough or you do too much. And you know what? I am willing to bet that most of the time you probably already know what your problem is before you go to the doctor. You definitely know more about yourself than your doctor does. He or she has 20 other patients that day. Next. But you walk out the door and, well, you're on your own. But think about this. The good thing is that you are probably never going to solve a problem you don't have. So let me repeat that. You're probably never going to solve a problem that you don't have. And so having pain gives you an opportunity to solve a problem for yourself and then possibly be able to help others. Pain, it's actually valuable. It's how you know not to stick your hand in the fire. If you put your hand in the fire but felt no pain, well, your hand would eventually be destroyed. Your body's reaction to pain, be it physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, your body feeling pain is an indicator that you are doing the wrong thing. That's what pain is. It's an indicator that gives you clear and instant feedback. But we get trapped in habits because some things give us temporary joy, but then afterward, we have to pay the piper, and it's not fun. It's the hangover. So what do we do with this conundrum? Don't just think of something miraculous as something that happens in an instant. That's not usually the case. I mean, if you look back on your life, realistically, you may have achieved some miraculous things over time because you were using the principles of time assistance. Chip away at it. So instead of using your manifestation device to get $1 million, ask for help just saving a few dollars a day, just to start. A penny saved is a penny earned. If you put $5 in a jar every day, at the end of the year, you'd have almost $2,000. You could just take that and do something fun with it. Could you toss $20 in a jar every day? Well, that'd be about $7,300 a year. Go treat yourself. Take a vacation. Most self-made rich entrepreneurs go broke over and over again before they, make it. But if a rich person gets broke, you know what they usually do? They just learn from it and then they go out and make more money. If you could lose a pound of day, that's stupid, isn't it? If you could lose a pound a day, that'd be 365 pounds a year. I know, I'm not being serious, but you get the point. Okay? It's something to think about. You might be able to have 9 cigarettes per day instead of 10, and leave the chips and have the 3 drinks instead of 4. And I'm sure you understand that. And that is why these manifestation tools can help you, because all you need is a little edge each day. And it will accrue over time into something huge. So if you've been trying to create a miraculous change of some kind in your life and it seems like it is impossible, then stop trying to think big. Instead, think small. Use your manifestation device to help you make one small positive adjustment per day. It works so powerfully when you do that. And you will begin to see real changes very quickly, very quickly. In fact, you'll get excited and the momentum will be with you and you will not want to stop doing what you're doing. I was raised up in the South in the Baptist churches, the Southern Baptist. Sometimes I tell people I was raised as a Southern Baptist and they go, ooh. Yes, I've read the Bible. And You know, in the book of Matthew, Jesus says, "For truly I tell you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed," which is tiny, "you will say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you." Okay. But he didn't say it was going to happen instantly. We move mountains all the time. It's not impossible. It's not instant. But he didn't say it was. So time can be your friend. Look back at where you were 10 years ago. What about it is better? What about it is worse? What have you learned? Do you see in retrospect that some things have worked out much better? And this is kind of interesting also. I know people who are, well, they call themselves professional healers, and they come from all kinds of different traditions, and some of them are ancient traditions. You know how you going back to the, I guess this is also from the Bible, physician, heal thyself. Well, I've heard some healers say they cannot heal themselves, that they can only heal others. Now, why would that be? Well, perhaps it's because some of us must suffer. That's just part of the lesson. Pain is the indicator that tells us something is wrong. And look, I realize as I'm saying all this, that there are some people out there who cannot heal. It is not physically possible. Something has happened, and it's not possible unless you believe in some divine spirit that can intervene. But I'm talking about what appears to be scientifically possible. Of course, those boundaries are always changing, and what are the limits? But it's interesting to me that you have people who say that I can heal others, but I can't heal myself. And it makes you think about this whole idea of why is it that sometimes it seems really bad things happen to good people? Maybe it's the carrot or the stick. Like if this is a classroom and you're here to learn something, you learn by pain and reward, and life is full of both. I hope you don't only focus on the pain and forget to be grateful for the good things that you have in your life. But, you always hear like this concept that we are here because we are all sinners. Like we messed up. We did something bad, and that's why we are here. And when you think about that, it's disconcerting, of course. And you think to yourself, my goodness, is it possible that no matter how good you are, no matter how much you exercise and eat right and how loving it's still going to, you're still going to have bad things that hurt you? Well, I think that's pretty much a safe bet. And, I hate to keep going back to biblical stories here, but I mean, there are some great stories and lessons. For example, some of you probably know where I'm going with this. The book of Job. You've heard about Job, but when we come back from this break, let me really get into the story of Job and how that sort of applies to this complex situation that we're dealing with in life, where you're told to do everything right. You're supposed to live this old, fruitful, positive life where everything's all hunky-dory. And yet we all know that you're going to suffer. I mean, it sucks, but sometimes, we just have to face the reality. But this podcast is about helping you make the most of it. Enjoy yourself as much as possible, because there are some things you can do that will help you in that regard. I'm Joshua P. Warren. You're listening to Strange Things on the iHeartRadio and Coast to Coast AM Paranormal Podcast Network. And I will be back after these important messages.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joshua P. Warren and Strange Things coming right up.
Celebrate Thanksgiving with unbeatable savings at Macy's. Right now, get your frozen turkey for only 69 cents per pound when you spend $50 or more. Stock up on all your holiday essentials, from fresh produce and pantry staples to your favorite sides and desserts. Whether you're hosting a big family gathering or an intimate feast, Macy's has everything you need to make Thanksgiving memorable. Stop by today and enjoy incredible savings on the perfect holiday meal. Only at Macy's. Macy's, happy shopping!
Attention parents and grandparents. Are you searching for the perfect gift for your kids this holiday season? Give the gift of adventure that will last all year long. A Guardian bike. The easiest, safest, and quickest bikes for kids to learn on. Kids are learning to ride in just one day. No training wheels needed. What sets Guardian bikes apart? Designed especially for stability, they're low to the ground with a wide wheelbase and ultra lightweight frames, offering superior control and balance. This design gives young riders the ability to learn in just one day, without tears or frustration. Guardian bikes are the only kids' bikes designed and assembled in a USA factory, ensuring top-notch quality and durability. They were also featured on Shark Tank and are the New York Times Wirecutter Top Kids Bike Pick for 2024. Join the hundreds of thousands of happy families by getting a Guardian bike today. Their holiday sales have begun, offering the biggest deal of the year. Save up to 33% on bikes, no code needed. Plus, get free shipping and a free bike lock and pump with your first purchase after signing up for their newsletter. Visit guardianbikes.com to take advantage of these deals and secure your holiday gifts today. Happy riding!
My name is Mark Rawlings, president of ParanormalDate.com. Over 5 years ago, George Norrie approached me with a unique concept, a dating site for people searching for someone with interests in UFOs, ghosts, Bigfoot, conspiracy theories, and the paranormal. From that, ParanormalDate.com was born. It's a unique site for unique people, and it's free to join to look around. If you want to upgrade and enjoy more of our great features, use promo code GEORGE for a great discount. So check it out. You got nothing to lose. ParanormalDate.com.
Celebrate Thanksgiving with unbeatable savings at Macy's. Right now, get your frozen turkey for only 69 cents per pound when you spend $50 or more. Stock up on all your holiday essentials, from fresh produce and pantry staples to your favorite sides and desserts. Whether you're hosting a big family gathering or an intimate feast, Macy's has everything you need to make Thanksgiving memorable. Stop by today and enjoy incredible savings on the perfect holiday meal. Only at Macy's. Macy's, happy shopping!
Hi, this is ufologist Kevin Randall, and you're listening to the iHeartRadio and Coast to Coast AM Paranormal Podcast Network.
Welcome back to Strange Things on the iHeartRadio and Coast to Coast AM Paranormal Podcast Network. I'm your host, Joshua P. Warren, and this is the show where the unusual becomes usual. You know, I don't take the Bible literally, and that's because I don't speak Hebrew. I don't speak Aramaic. I don't speak Greek. And there are many different versions and interpretations and translations. And I also happen to be a professional writer. And I know that having published dozens of books, you can read something that, you know, an edition of something that I published 25 years ago, and it will be different than what you're going to get on the shelf today. There are just nuances that add up. It's almost like Xeroxing copies and getting degradation. So you can't, I don't see how you could take everything that you read in the King James version of the Bible literally, but there are some extremely valuable stories and lessons in there. And that's what I am always looking at. Like, well, what's the lesson here? What's the point? And when it comes to this question of, like, why do bad
since I can't